Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jalial in this incarnation. Today I'm here to talk about two transits that are very important. And the first one is Neptune Direct, which is happening tomorrow, December 6th. And I forgot to mention this in the video of the energies of the week. I decided to unify this with the new moon in Sagittarius because is this second transit the one that has an aspect of tension and a square with Neptune. So let's start with Neptune Direct. This planet stays more or less 14 years in each sign and entered in Pisces in 2012. So the retrogradation started in June of this year, and tomorrow is going to end, but we are feeling the effects the whole week and the next week also, because we are going to have another activations later. So something that is important is that this planet represents the infinite energy that is embracing the entire cosmos. So the connection with this divine substance, to call it in some way, could be not visible for the physical eyes, but is undeniable for the souls. So Neptune and Pisces, which are the same because it is the regent, Neptune is right now in its house, has these qualities of empathy and unconditional love and forgiveness. And it is also very linked with an energy of divine inspiration. So it's the same planet, the one that is telling us that we are all channels of energy. And when every planet is becoming direct, they are liberating their force. So specifically with Neptune, this could bring certain effects like lack of concentration, difficulty to focus, a lot of activity in our dreams. Important messages could be descending through that way. We could feel this sense of depersonalization too. This is another effect. And we could be more sensitive to the surroundings, especially for people who have planets in Pisces or important positions of Neptune in their natal chart. So, as I said, this is energy of inspiration and creativity too, but the shadow of Neptune is more linked with fantasies and illusions of the mind. So, I'm going to talk more about this regarding to the new moon. And we have to understand that transits of Neptune are processes of dissolution of barriers of the ego in order to connect with the essence. And this could bring its resistances. So let's go to the new moon, and I'm going to get deeper in Neptune later. The new moon is going to happen on December 12th. So Sun and Moon are going to be united in the degree 20 of Sagittarius, and they are creating this square with Neptune in Pisces. At the same time, they are doing a conjunction with Mars in Sagittarius. So this is a beginning of a cycle of 6 months, like every new moon, but there is something important here because the next day, on December 13th, Mercury is going to be retrograde. So this means that this beginning needs a reevaluation first in order to happen. So one question we could ask to ourselves with this new moon is if we are really moving forward in this action, this advancement is Mars energy, connected to a divine purpose, if we are really aiming to horizons that have a sense that connect us to a higher order, which is Neptune, if we are self-affirming Mars through our identity, the sun, but also observing if we are locking ourselves in this form. What I'm trying to say is that this form, who we are, this identity, is temporary, and it has a function in this plane. It has a function because this is a tool of the cosmos. This is a fragment and at the same time part of an indivisible energy. So is vital in order to understand how we can accomplish that function in this plane, to open ourselves to see the sense of our own existence in here. And this answer, we don't have to solve it today or the day of the new moon. This is something that we have to be open to explore, to deepen in this. So the new moon is also in a trine with the North Node in Aries, and this is an impulse to operate, to act in alignment with what our soul wants to express right now. This is operating in the independence of the soul, precisely because the way to serve to the collective is expressing the light that we have to express. And the energy of Sagittarius represents the inner truth. This truth doesn't need to be defended because the truth is, the truth we are. And if others cannot share or accept this is part of the experience. But it is also important, and I always mention this because this is the shadow of Sagittarius, to not fall in fanatisms, because fanatisms are polarizations of the ego closing itself to new perceptions. And in a metaphysical way, this is closing ourselves to the entrance of the light of consciousness inside of our vessel. So, on the other hand, with the square with Neptune in its shadow, this could be traduced in disillusionment, great expectations that are not accomplishing, discovering deceptions that at the end are self-deceptions, overlooking important details, confusion. These are the shadows. So if some of these things are activated during this transit, it's very important to reconnect with our own inner guidance, our intuition. In times of confusion, intuition is the guidance. To not ignore this inner voice, because many times we reject this part of ourselves because the voice is not fitting in the old logics and programations of the egoical mind. So I think it is also important to move forward towards our dreams, because our dreams are Neptune also, detaching ourselves from expectations, because expectations are the mind trying to run away to other times like future or past. And this dissolution of the barriers of the ego that Neptune could bring to us could activate our resistances, because this feels like an ego death, but this is not happening in a Plutonian style. This is more like surrendering ourselves to the process, and everything is very foggy and we don't know what is on the other side. So we are letting ourselves to be guided by our own intuition. It's more like this. So it is very important to connect with compassion, with our own imperfections and forgiveness. This is the elevated energy of Neptune. Okay, the regent of this new moon is Jupiter, and is creating already a trine with Mercury in Capricorn, and by that moment is going to do an opposition with Venus in Scorpio. So at the same time, Mercury and Venus are connecting. This means that we should evaluate our experience with a realistic mind, and this means that our dreams are a construction. This is what Mercury in Capricorn is telling to us. But also in its retrogradation, we are going to rethink, to reevaluate if our objectives, if the goals that we are pursuing are actually ours or are inherited of our clan, our family, or the society. Again, the trine with the North Node in Aries is telling us that we have to be brave to hear what our soul really wants to do right now and to do it. So with the opposition with Venus in Scorpio, it's important to let go of control, because this is the shadow of Venus in Scorpio, and also let that the desires of the soul can emerge, especially for people that have repressed them. And also it's important to change beliefs about those desires. So our own individual way is a current, is just a current in the infinite cosmic sea. So this month is going to be a time to align ourselves to a greater coherence to our inner truth, because the real beginning is going to happen in January, when Mercury and Jupiter are going to be direct. So the coherence with our inner truth is something very important, because that is how we can really serve and collaborate with the dream of a more loving humanity, of a humanity in that frequency. And this dream seems utopian, but it's not, because this is a process that we can all work together to achieve. So I just wanted to leave this message today. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.